Hello future landowners, and welcome to the Reich team channel. Now today we've got an interesting, a very exciting and educational video for you guys that are looking to buy land in the beautiful province of Alberta. Now whether you're dreaming of a peaceful rural retreat or planning a strategic investment, we've got you covered with the step-by-step guide to navigate the land buying process, and at the very end, a cost breakdown. So let's dive in. The first step in your land buying journey is to understand that it's not as complicated as some may think, and with the help from the right team, very attainable. Now first we're going to establish a realistic budget. Consider all the potential costs from the purchase price, inspections, development expenses. Now once you have your budget in place, we're going to clearly define the requirements. We've got to think about the location, the size, the purpose of the land. And knowing what you need will make your search much more focused. Understanding zoning regulations is crucial. Now, Alberta zoning laws and land use bylaws, they vary between municipalities, so familiarize yourself with them. And this information will guide your plans and ensure that your vision aligns with the local regulations. As a general idea from Calgary, rural foothills is south, Rocky View, Mountain View are north, we have Kananaskis to the west and Wheatland to the east, and actually they all have a different set of rules and regulations. Now to make your land buying journey smoother, consider hiring a local real estate professional. They're experts in the Alberta land market that can help find you suitable properties, negotiate deals, provide valuable insights, and much, much more. Now generally, they're just going to make sure that you don't screw up. With your real estate professional on board, you'll begin your search. Now, utilize online platforms such as Realtor.ca, Facebook Marketplace, Kijiji, real estate agencies to identify potential land listings. You may also want to drive through those areas in search of for sale signs. Sometimes not all properties are on the MLS, and they can certainly be found this way. You can also attend real estate events and learn about additional opportunities that are out there. Next up, we're going to schedule visits of the shortlisted properties. We'll walk the land, assess factors like accessibility, soil, quality, drainage, proximity to amenities. Is there a water well, septic, utilities? Now, this step is absolutely crucial in ensuring the land meets your needs. Before finalizing anything, we're going to conduct a thorough due diligence process. Check the property boundaries, the existing easements, potential restrictions. Verify the property's title to ensure that there's no legal issues or liens. Then we'll contact the local municipalities. Now we'll discuss plans and ensure that you're in compliance with the zoning regulations. We'll inquire about any nearby planned developments, infrastructure projects in the area that maybe could impact your investment. Now with your dream property in sight, it's time to secure financing. We'll consult with your bank or a mortgage specialist to explore mortgage options, interest rates that suit your needs. And typically a higher down payment is required for empty land, although there is such a thing as a construction loan and other creative options that might be a good idea to look into. Number 9, we're making our offer. We're going to work with a real estate agent. You got to submit a formal offer to the seller. We're going to include any sort of conditions that you want, such as maybe obtaining financing, satisfactory land, well, septic inspections. You may even want to include a condition subject to a development improvement. Now next up, we'll negotiate the terms of the sale, including the purchase price, the closing date, any extra terms, conditions. Are you including the ride-on lawnmower? Do you want the bundles of hay, the extra firewood? Now's the time that we have to outline all of this. Now, be prepared to go back and forth a little bit. These counter offers can take hours, days, weeks, or even months, so we need to be patient. Next up, we'll engage with a real estate lawyer to handle the legal aspects of the transaction. Now, they're going to review the contracts, ensure compliance, facilitate the transfer of the ownership. Next up, if your plans involve any sort of development or building a home, we need to secure those required permits and approvals from the local county before closing the deal. So this is absolutely crucial in avoiding any future headaches. And then once all the details are sorted out, it's time for our closing. The lawyers are going to update the property title with your information, ensure that the property taxes, any other fees are covered. You'll sign the final sale agreement, pay the agreed upon amount, and then complete the necessary paperwork, transfer the ownership, and you're all set. Well, congratulations, you're now a landowner, and kind of just the beginning of your exciting journey. So whether your plan is to enjoy the property as is or develop, I'm sure you're going to cherish it. Now, our kind of step 15, throughout the process, you need to remember to consult with professionals. They cost money, but it's well worth it. So surveyors, environmental specialists, engineers, their expertise is going to ensure a comprehensive understanding of the land, the potential challenges, and in addition, keep in mind, it's possible that GST may be applicable on vacant land that you purchase. So a lawyer can also, or an accountant, can also be very beneficial. Now finally, how much does it cost? Well, let's break it down into a few categories. So we got the search, the due diligence, the property itself, and then closing costs. The cost to find the home is obviously the lowest. Your real estate agent is actually paid by the seller in the transaction. So the cost of finding the property is basically just a Wi-Fi or a phone connection, tank of gas. Once you find the property and put it under contract, you will have a few weeks to perform all of your due diligence. Now, your mortgage specialist is actually paid by the lender, but there might be an appraisal fee, which sometimes costs between $300 to $500 to finalize the mortgage or any financing. A septic and water well inspection can also be done between that range of $300 to $500 each. You may also want to spend $300 to $500 to lab test the water to make sure it's pure. And any buildings, those can cost $500 to inspect. Municipal approvals, permits, $100 to $1,000, depending on how much you want done. Now for the highest, in Alberta, you can find a property, southern Alberta, for about $5,000 an acre, up to $1 million an acre, depending on, the size, proximity, zoning. But oftentimes I stumble across vacant property that's, $50,000, $100,000 for an acreage, and in a lot of these cases, only a maximum of 50% of the purchase price can be financed. Now you can sometimes find a acreage in the $200,000 to $300,000 range with a home on it. Now, if you're okay with the commute, in this case, you can actually purchase that for sometimes as low as 5%, which could be $10,000 to $15,000. And lastly, the closing costs. So your lawyer is typically going to charge between $1,500 to $2,000 to handle all, the conveyancing, the title transfer. There's a few other honorable mentions, the initial utility hookups, digging a well, installing the septic system, potential GST, as I mentioned earlier, and that would be for agricultural land. So, totaling it up, $20,000 to $25,000, and you can definitely find yourself a beautiful piece of Alberta real estate to call your own. Well, and there you have it. So, not very complicated and not very costly. So if you found the video helpful, please don't forget to like and share it. Subscribe if you want more real estate tips and guides. Thanks for watching, and best of luck in your land buying adventure.